Greetings, everybody. Hey, what's going on? This is Vernon F. Miller, and this is The Breakdown, a new podcast that was created by me. Just giving you a more broad and detailed perspective on certain topics and headlines that are now in the sports news. So, with that being said, we're going to start off today with Lamar Jackson. He's definitely been making a lot of headwaves in the sports world, basically with the ongoing the contract negotiations with the Baltimore Ravens and him being basically self-represented. And he's been receiving a lot of backlash because a lot of individuals are now questioning his durability, his consistency to stay on the field. Now, Lamar Jackson was going back and forth with a couple of individuals uh, who don't play football about his consistency being able to stay on the field. I don't really feel a need to go back and forth with individuals that don't live that life with you. So, but nonetheless, Mike Florio and Chris Sims had a different perspective on the subject, especially Mike Florio. He had a very interesting take on this whole matter and maybe a prediction. Let's take a listen to it and we'll come back and talk about it.
The tweets that I saw last night before going to bed caused me, for the first time, to consider something. I want to sound it out with you. I want to talk it out with you. I'm not sold on it yet.
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's going to happen. Okay. But I remember back during the week that we took off after the Super Bowl, I did a few episodes of PFTPM, and somebody asked me at that point, is there a chance Lamar Jackson sits out the 2023 season? My first reaction was he's not sitting out. And then when I started thinking about it, it's like, there aren't many dominoes that have to fall to get to the point where he doesn't play in 2023. And it's as simple as no other team makes a play for him, which is what's happened. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson don't work out a long-term contract. We get past the middle of July where all he can do is play on a one-year deal. The current tender offer is $32.4 million. He says to the Ravens, I'm not playing, if you're only paying me $32.4 million, I'm just not going to play this year. It's not a huge leap of logic to get to the point where Lamar Jackson sits out 2023. I want to look at it more broadly. When you look at where he is right now,
Yeah.
when you look at how he's conducted his business, and I'm not criticizing, I'm trying to glean from how he's conducted his business, how he may conduct his business in the future. That's the only predictor we have. And I think one of the realities is we all kind of accept that Lamar's very unpredictable. We don't know what he's going to do. We don't know what he really wants. And part of that is he doesn't have somebody speaking on his behalf. So it's a mystery. We don't have that. We're starting to see some of it, but we haven't historically had it. So when you consider, for example, the fully guaranteed contract, wants a fully guaranteed contract or 200 million fully guaranteed, some huge amount of money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He wants what he wants and he's not going to give in, and he's never going to give in. And it becomes a point of pride. That stubbornness becomes ego, becomes pride, becomes I'm not going to give in. Then you've got the agent thing. I'm not going to hire an agent. And he feels like he's getting pushed to hire an agent. What does he do? He doesn't give in. He gets more determined to not hire an agent. I think he's more determined than ever after all the stuff that happened last week with Ken Francis. And he may feel like the union's working against him now and the agents are trying to put pressure on him and everybody's trying to paint him into this corner, and he refuses to give in. So now what do we know? What did we learn this week? We learned that he asked to be traded by the Ravens. Does that mean he doesn't want to play for the Ravens anymore? Does that mean he's done with the Ravens? He's asked them to trade him. Is he done? Has he decided, I'm done with the Ravens? If that's the case, Chris, I don't look at just 2023 anymore. You look at no team out there that's interested in it. No team out there is making a run at it. If he sits out 23, what do we do next year? What's his value going to break?
Yeah.
What ice is going to break between this year and next year to get him to be more reasonable in his expectations?
Right.
I just think that in a weird roundabout way, there's a chance, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but when you look at all these factors, nobody's interested. He doesn't want to play for the Ravens. He's not getting an offer that he's happy with. We can't find a way. The old Venn diagram with the two circles. We can't find a way to even get him in the same zip code. I think there's a chance he never plays again.
Yeah. We're back. Wow. Where do we start? There's a lot to peel back from Mr. Florio. I don't, I don't, I don't see that in its totality. Lamar Jackson never playing again. He further went on saying that he Mike Florio went on to say he kind of compares it to a Colin Kaepernick, different, obviously different subject matter, but nonetheless, same result. This is the result that he's predicting. I don't see it like that. I definitely can see Lamar Jackson sitting out this year. He's definitely believing that $32 million is not enough for 1 year. I can't count his pockets. I don't know what's going on within his family dynamic. So he's allowed to ask for what he's asking for. The big question, the big problem with Lamar Jackson is his consistency. And when you say consistency, consistency to stay on the field healthy. And that's always been the issue. The big problem for Lamar Jackson and a lot of these quarterbacks that's coming up on these big contracts is Deshaun Watson, uh, that 230 million or $50 million contract, I believe it's $30 million contract that he received fully guaranteed. Hey, that's smoke and mirrors. Like, that is not the bar. That is not the bar that these owners are going to want to pay. That's not the bar that these owners are even going to consider. All right. You're probably looking at north of 200 million, with maybe that fully guaranteed. But if you're doing that or requesting that, you definitely have to be hitting some numbers on a consistent level that makes any team comfortable with giving you that type of money. Now, mind you, I don't feel there is any problem with Lamar Jackson asking for what he's asking for. However, if you're going to play this game, meaning the business, when I say the game, then you have to do your research and really know how to play this game. And unfortunately for Mr. Jackson in this situation, he probably would need an agent just because of the way it's systemically set up. I mean, he really doesn't have a win in this situation. And the more determined he is not to get an agent, not to really sit down and negotiate uh, the contract in detail, it's going to be a hard road ahead for him. All right. He just pretty much wants 230 million, 235 million, whatever, fully guaranteed because Deshaun Watson got it from Cleveland. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. Do you think Lamar Jackson is going to be playing this upcoming season or will he be sitting out? Do you see him getting traded? And if so, where's he going? Like, who really needs a quarterback that is willing to break the bank for Mr. Jackson? It's going to be very interesting. Uh, Thanks for all the love and support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that notification button for all the latest information. We're going to keep this going. On to the next one. Appreciate it.